In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and pink beetles. Bluff City Media presents Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta. Join Francis after every Memphis Tiger game as he breaks down each matchup, player of the game, and upcoming games. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tigers Live. I'm your host, Francis Carlotta, joined by Kenny Stubblefield and Roman Cleary, who are live at Mugshots Grill and Bar. We're coming at you after the Memphis Tigers suffer a brutal loss, 66-83 against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. My goodness, gentlemen, my goodness. I have never seen anything like that in my life to close a game. The 26-4 run, is that right, Roman? 26-4?
Yes, 26-4 run after Memphis led 62-57 with 7:01 remaining.
God.
Hey, can I give you some background real quick, Francis, as we keep this show moving forward? You know, I don't like to blame. There's a lot of things that happen throughout a game that cause you to lose. Francis,
Don't say this.
Francis, I'm saying it.
Do not say this. Because what I say has nothing to do with what happens on the court.
The Tigers were up 62-57, and Roman Cleary,
It was actually before that.
very loudly across the room, says, "I think we've got this game."
No, I did not say that. I for damn sure did not say we, because there is no we. I'm a journalist covering the team. I said this is Memphis's game to lose. That's what I said.
He said, "I think my favorite basketball team is going to win this game."
Come on,
That
Kenny.
did not.
And
First off, that's not how it went down.
All of us were like, "Roman, stop it. What are you doing?" Next thing you know, 26-4 run.
First off, it was before they went up 62-57. First off, it was before that. And secondly, man, that is not how I said it at all.
Yeah, that's Roman. If anyone's going to be to blame, it could be me too, Kenny, because I was sitting here pie in the sky. I was feeling good. I felt like Memphis was in legitimate control of the basketball game at that point in time. I was telling y'all before we went live that I thought they were just playing really good basketball. Defense was
playing good
on the
basketball.
defensive side. They were fighting for the boards. Like the rebounding battle was pretty even. They didn't have like a dominant lead on the glass, but they were fighting for boards. I thought they were playing well. Like you saw an offensive contribution from across the board. You saw Ashton Hardaway hit 5 threes, going on an absolute tear. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. And we'll get into how it all changed in a bit. And I have an opinion about it that, might be too positive for some of y'all, like people in the comments who are really upset or whatever. But it is what it is. Like it's an absolute awful way to lose a game. Like I said, I have never in my life seen a 26-4 run to end a basketball game in my life ever. I've never seen that. That's never happened. So this was a new one for me, gentlemen. I don't know how y'all feel, but I'll ask y'all straight up. How y'all feeling? What are your thoughts after that game?
I mean, I think this just reinforces what Memphis is this year. They just cannot seem to close out games against quality opponents. We've seen it numerous times this year. I mean, there's Purdue, there's Wake Forest, there's Vanderbilt, there's Mississippi State, there's Ole Miss, and this one perhaps may be the worst of them all, because like Memphis, they really did have this game. There's a reason I said this is Memphis' game to lose, because they had Tulsa exactly where they wanted them. Tulsa was shooting poorly from three. Memphis was, up 5. Ashton was cooking in this game. Doug McDaniel was having a solid outing. Perhaps, Aaron Bradshaw was set for another productive day as well. It would have been even better had he not gotten into foul trouble, and then everything just imploded down the stretch there.
Yeah, I want to say shout out to everybody that's in the comment section. 295 of y'all are watching the show right now. Please feel free, get your stuff off, say what you want to say. Shout out to y'all for being here. Lost Found Decor asked, where's Trey? Trey was here. Trey decided to leave.
Said he couldn't stay.
Said he couldn't handle it. He got up and walked out, and I cannot blame him. Grizzgirl 179 says, y'all stop picking on Roman.
See, like, how do you watch a team give up a 26-4 run to end a basketball game, and the first thought is, let's pick on the reporter?
Yeah, talk to him, Roman. Boo, Kenny.
boo that guy. Boo. Who is he?
Kenny.
He's trash. That's what he is.
Yeah,
hey, I just call it like I see it, man. Come on. Lost Found the Core. I'm friends with Trey. You should like me. Trey likes me. I'm friends with Trey. I'm gonna say Trey's name 175 times. You're just lucky. All y'all are lucky your name's not Chad, because that dude on the broadcast wore his damn name out.
My goodness,
that was crazy.
No, it was pissing me off early. I was like, is anyone else bothered by it? I said this in the Discord. Is anyone else bothered by this? It sounds like he's saying chat, like he's talking as a streamer on Twitch, talking to the chat, chat this, chat this. I'm like, oh my God, stop saying this guy's name. There's got to be a different way to refer to him other than that. And then I missed the start. I missed the very start of the game. Was his name Pooh? Was his nickname Pooh? So to hear Chad and Pooh, just not the best names to say on live television. A lot. I don't know. I don't know.
Chad and Pooh. It was great. What a great call by both of those guys. Yeah, man. Just a brutal way to lose, man. I mean, again, I agree 100% with what both of you guys are saying. The Tigers had absolutely kind of wrested control of this game away from Tulsa. They had quieted the crowd. Were making them shoot shots that they, that weren't coming in rhythm. A lot of them were coming off just like kind of facing up and dribbling and instead of off rhythm and movement and action. Rebounding the ball. Ashton Hardaway was really heating up in the second half, played a great second half. And then it just shifted, man. I don't really know. It was such a bum rush of points in those final couple of minutes. I can't really even tell you what happened. Like, I can't tell you how it happened, what the Tigers did, what Tulsa did. I really don't know, because it just all of a sudden they were up by 5, then they were up by 10, then they lost by 13. It just was just a bombardment of points by Tulsa.
Yeah. There's no other way to describe it other than an implosion. And I see people in the chat saying that, that the team gave up. And I don't know how, fair it is to throw out a term like that, but you could definitely see the fire just go away the more and more the run continued to pour on there. Tulsa had a response for Memphis's cushion that they had developed, and it's another situation where Memphis got punched and they didn't punch back at all.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts as to why I think this game went down the rails. I've seen a lot of people in the comments bringing up a certain Hassan Abdul Hakim, and I gotta echo a lot of what people are saying, because I think he was too lackadaisical with the ball in key points of this game when Memphis needed to continue to get good shots, continue to play solid offense. And I did not like him as a primary ball handler today at all. Even his inbound passes, like there were a couple inbound passes that were just lazy, and it led to turnovers, or it led to the Memphis offense getting rushed. And then his passes to the bigs who were trying to post up were lazy. I know he had 10 rebounds. I know he had some blocks today, but my goodness, I gotta call Hassan out for just genuine laziness, carelessness with the basketball. That absolutely pissed me off. I'm not sure why they kept Hassan in the game. Maybe because of his rebounding. Maybe that's why Penny kept him in. But I just don't understand why that was a constant too many times in the second half.
That's absolutely why they kept him in. He was far and away their best rebounder, and with the way that this game was going, they couldn't afford to take him out of the game. And when he's just not bringing it in quite literally any other area, that's going to hurt you for sure. Another thing that I think really harmed Memphis down the stretch is that the foul trouble caught up to them. Ashton Hardaway and Aaron Bradshaw were probably the Tigers' two best players on the floor in this game. Both of them were, deep in the foul trouble, 4 fouls there.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Really limited Bradshaw throughout the game.
Absolutely. And, another person that I'm not sure why this dude was in the game. I know that sounds rude. I don't know why Tariq Ingram was in the game over William Warden. I don't know why he was in the game, gentlemen.
William Warden quite literally does nothing, so I don't really know if there's...
He can at least get a rebound and box out and be athletic at the rim. Like, Ingram just committed 2 illegal screens and then did nothing else. Like, I just don't really know what was the
William
point.
Warden and Simon Majok combined for a point and 4 rebounds in
against
the UTSA game.
Yeah. That is true. That's probably why, I guess.
Well,
and that's in a game where Warden started.
Well, hey, listen. All I know is it's a good thing Zach Davis had 19 minutes tonight, because he had 0 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 fouls. The deuces. He had the deuces like the whole night. I mean, just it's hard to look at a guy like Tariq Ingram and say, well, he's the reason why, right? Or Hassan is the reason why the Tigers had,
No, it's a collective failure. It is a
for sure.
Total collective failure. A 26-4 run to end a basketball game that was once a 22-2 run, a 26-2 run even. That does not happen unless the team totally collapses as a whole.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, it was, I think Memphis got, frankly, and this was the take that I was mentioning before, I think they got a little unlucky during the run. Hassan did get that block, and then the ball falls right into the hands of that Tulsa guard who goes up for a layup. They played good defense on what's the dude's last name? The 3-point shooter, Barnstable. They played good defense whenever Barnstable had the ball at the 3-point line. They would commit hard to him. They forced some bad shots, and then there's nobody at the rim to get a rebound, because Tulsa would force Memphis's bigs on the perimeter. And Memphis's bigs did a good job of showing and forcing tough threes, but that led to no rebounding at the rim. Defensive rebounding from Memphis, and we all know how bad Memphis has struggled on the defensive rebounding side. It was a clear defensive game plan from Memphis to take away Tulsa's 3-point shot. They played aggressive on the 3-point line. They showed hard really the entire game. They did a good job on Barnstable as well when they would try and set ball screens for him. I thought Memphis defensively had a game plan that they executed pretty well. But led to no defensive rebounding because the bigs get pulled out too high, and that's Memphis got unlucky, I think, for parts of that stretch during that. Early part.
I don't know how much of an issue rebounding was if you look at the numbers by themselves, because Tulsa only won the rebounding battle 40-36. They were only +4 on the boards for the game. Sure. I think it was more about the timeliness of the rebounding for Tulsa, just how it happened at inopportune points. I mean, both teams had 15 offensive rebounds in this game, and Tulsa was only, again, +4 on the boards. Memphis executed what it aimed to do defensively for most of this one. Tulsa was the nation's number 2 3-point shooting team heading into this one at 41.2% for the year. But we have seen throughout the season that Tulsa can be vulnerable if they go up against high caliber 3-point defenses. Look at what happened to them at North Texas. And a similar thing happened to them in this game. They shot 4-14 at North Texas from 3, and they were 8 of 24 tonight. Yeah. And as Timo mentions here, one of the other major undoings for Memphis was a 31 of 36 clip from the free throw line. That just cannot happen. That came off of 24 personal fouls for Memphis. Memphis had, I guess, cleaned up its fouling problems in recent games, but there was a stretch in December where Memphis had 3 or 4 games in a row with at least 20 personal fouls. That issue resurfaced its ugly head tonight, and it certainly cost them in a lot of ways there.
Yeah, I thought Memphis, again, defensively, they were trying to be very aggressive, and like you said, Roman, it cost them. And the refs were pretty free and loose with their whistle, and it hurt Memphis. And I was clamoring for Memphis to get to their free throw line more in the first half, get to the rim. I thought they took way too many threes. I think they took 21 shots, and I think 12 or threes or something.
It was half of their 30 field goal attempts in the first half came from 3.
Yeah, that's too high.
And they only made 4 of those.
Right, exactly. That's too high. I know I was clamoring for them to get to the rim, be more aggressive.
Same thing that happened to Mississippi State.
Right, exactly. And they did get aggressive going downhill. They got to the line a little bit more consistently. They forced Tulsa's hand a little bit. Tulsa was in the bonus early on in the game. There was early point in the second half where they had 5 fouls with 15 minutes left in the second half because Memphis was being aggressive and Tulsa was the one being careless with the fouls. But then that just flipped again because Tulsa stayed aggressive, kept attacking hard closeouts, and kept drawing fouls when Memphis could not stay disciplined. And that led to just an absurd free throw shooting line for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, who on the season, they were 4th in the country in free throw percentage. So that's probably not a smart idea to send this team to the free throw line when they're 4th in free throw percentage. But that's what happened. And, Memphis, as you said, Roman, foul trouble caught up to him. It seemed like it forced Penny to sub out guys who are hot. Like Ash, they had to sub out Ash in 4 fouls, Aaron in 4 fouls. And it leads to this. Kenny, what? Let me ask you, Kenny, where do we go from here, man? Where do the Tigers go from here?
Listen, I know a lot of folks are asking that question. Nothing's changed, right?
Sure.
Nothing has changed. This team is bad, but they also play in a really bad conference, and they still have an opportunity. Would you say, Roman, at the beginning of all this, that they are still they're second? They're tied for how many teams?
They're still in a 4-way tie for second in the league at 4-2.
If they finish out, if they remain in this top 2 of this conference, they will get a bye all the way to the semifinals of the American Conference tournament. That is the only way they're going to be able to make the NCAA tournament. So where do we go from here? We lace them up on Saturday, and the Tigers play ball, and we turn on the TV and we watch it. Nothing has changed. This team is not great. I see people in here saying, y'all just need to say they stink. We've said it across this network for the entire season. They are not good, but this conference is not good. And so the Tigers have an opportunity. I said this on the Bluff. I said this on Tigers Untapped. I said this on all the shows this week, that it is going to be very tough for the Tigers to win on the road against the top tier teams of the American Conference, because the Tigers are right there with them. And road games in the conference are tough, right? Especially against the defending champion of the American Conference last year. So as bad as this, the 26-4 run looks terrible, and it's awful. But it counts the same as if they had lost on a buzzer beater like they did against Wake Forest.
Yeah.
This team is just not very good, but they still have a shot to win the tournament. Okay, I don't know. I don't really know. It's hard for me to sit here and completely like dissect this game and get all up in arms about this because it's the reality is all that matters is what happens at the end of the game, win or loss. They lost this game. They're still tied for second. They're going to play Wichita State on the road on Saturday, and they're going to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that really changes that I think is significant is that since this is the only regular season meeting between Memphis and Tulsa, Tulsa will now have the tiebreaker over Memphis in any, one-on-one seeding scenario. That's probably the biggest thing that Memphis loses by losing this game. Like for example, like if let's say we are, where we are right now, at the end of the regular season, Memphis and Tulsa are tied for second in the league. The 2 seed in the American Conference Tournament would go to Tulsa, which is again important because that's the difference between having a bye in the semifinals versus a bye to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
We've introduced time. I've been sitting backstage for 30 minutes eating this ice cream.
Sad Trey, are you doing okay, man? You left out real quick. Lost Vandecor wants to know where you are. She booed you leaving early because you're not a real fan.
Well, cookie dough. I'm eating my sorrows with a cookie dough ice cream bar.
Okay, Trey, I need you to confirm something to me.
What?
Did the Tigers not? They were up by 5?
It was Roman's fault. Okay.
Not my. See, like, are we really still superstitious in the year 2026? Is that really still a thing?
Trey said it, man. Trey said it.
Is that really still a thing?
Hey,
people are still superstitious in 2026
when things line up. I don't believe in coincidence.
It always has been a thing. It always will be a thing, Roman.
Bro, y'all are the type of people that like will refuse to walk under ladders or something.
Yeah, why would you do that? What's a big ass dude falls on you?
I walk under ladders all the time.
I don't step on sidewalk cracks.
Yeah, don't step on sidewalk cracks.
Exactly.
For real? You guys are.
I'll tell you where we go.
Man.
We go straight to the off season because it ain't happening this year. Let's fast forward.
Off season or postseason? Off season or postseason?
No, postseason.
The American Conference Tournament, because they are going to qualify for the postseason tournament. They are going to do that.
If we
can't say the same about the women's team, but the men's team they will qualify.
Even in the event of a miracle, win the American Conference Tournament and make the NCAA tournament, what do you think is going to happen?
Waxing.
Nothing.
Waxing.
They're going to put up a banner for it.
I honestly I would be campaigning for us to opt out.
The NCAA. Did you imagine Tigers Untapped? Trey Lasses has turned down the NCAA tournament bid.
Because
give it to this team. Give it to another team.
This team does not have it.
Give it to you.
And I don't want to go through that. I don't want to. I don't want to watch us embarrassed on a national scale. Like I know what would happen. Like it's just not worth it. Can we get to the off season? Let me get some transfers in here. Let me reset. Let me get a championship run out of Huff Daddy, and then we'll regather ourselves back next November.
Hey, we call him Huff Daddy over here.
Lawson found a core.
Well,
didn't like that.
That's
trade.
Certainly a name.
Made her sad.
I'm sorry. Man. I don't know. I don't know why I continue to put myself through this team. We don't have winners on this team. There's no leader on the floor. We need a full reset. I'm sorry. It just didn't. It's the NIL error. We're gonna have a new team every year. This one just didn't click this year. We'll give it another run.
USA Health Insurance Reform wants to know, does Tarek Ingram have too many of them damn popsicles?
Yeah, if it means that all he does is set illegal screens, then yes, that he must have had too many of those damn popsicles.
I don't. Has he
0 points, a rebound, 3 personal fouls in 6 minutes for Tarek Ingram.
Good God alive!
Were all 3 of those illegal screens?
Yes.
Yeah,
the two of them at least.
2 of them. I think and then the other one was just a random hack that everyone I guess just did at some point. Next men's league game, Trey, watch out for the illegal screens because if it gets contagious.
Yeah, I've in 10 years since I have been playing men's league, I don't know that I've seen 2 illegal screens called in the same game, much less on the same person.
Oh, the Hawks just beat the Grizzlies.
What a shitty night for Memphis.
What a night for Hoop City.
Damn.
Good God, Hoop City is down bad, bro.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys talked about this. Has anybody double checked the investigation files on the point shaving scandal? Are we certain that
okay.
Hassan was not listed in there?
Okay.
I'm not even going to
someone
comment on
probably
that.
needs to double check, do a quick Control F find, type in Hassan's name. Let's just make
I
certain
may
that
need to
he's
step
not
out of here. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Okay.
I cover this team. I talk to these players and these coaches. I cannot be associated with this conversation.
Oh, stop it. It's a joke. Yeah, man. He is. I said this, I think, on Tigers on Tap this week or whichever Tiger show I was on. He is the most frustrating player on this team.
Oh, he's so frustrating.
Because, like, athletically, him and Zach Davis are offensive to me as basketball players. Not because they're not talented, but because they have the size and the skill set and whatever else attributes you want to use to describe a good basketball player to dominate this league. I mean, dude, the best player on Tulsa is a guy that looks like he's like me and him graduated Collierville High School together. That's how old he looks. What's the kid's name? Green? Like, I'm like
David Green.
Hassan and Zach should absolutely feast in this league.
Yeah.
And half the time I feel like Zach, I'm like, okay, you do know that you're out here like playing basketball, right? Like you do know. And then Hassan, I'm like, do you even care? Like zero facial expression change. Nothing. Like nothing. No movement, no force added anywhere. I just don't understand it. And yes, shout out, he rebounded. Great. Awesome. But come on, man. Like I saw this game with my own two eyes. I've seen most of these games with my own two eyes.
No, I really believe if you're going to have to blame somebody for the loss, I think the majority of the blame's got to go to Hassan. Like, he single-handedly took Memphis out of its offense, single-handedly by lackadaisical passes and just dumbness, just stupidity from him, and just no give a damn from Hassan.
Yeah,
like, if you're going to blame somebody,
he also
I'm going to
had
blame him.
several very selfish, forced
Terrible.
shots that were atrocious. I mean, Roman, again, I was joking about the point shaving thing, but there was a single-handed stretch, three straight possessions, offensive, defensively, that Hassan did something that cost us.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure why Penny kept him in. I guess because you were getting nothing from Zach Davis as well, and then Sincere got hurt, and Quante's not tall enough to get boards, I guess. So maybe Penny just didn't have a choice but to keep Hassan in the game for rebounding purposes. But my goodness, man, offensively, that was terrible. And what's most annoying, Kenny and all y'all, is like we saw him put up 20 against Louisville, and he looked like the best player on the Memphis Tigers uniform. He looked like an automatic bucket who got to his spot, who hit threes, who rose up, who was athletic at the rim. He looked like the only guy who cared to score. And then since then, I mean, I can try and pull up his game log, but I feel like since then he hasn't done anything.
He's been laying logs all over the court.
For real. And it's just so irritating. That's what I hate the most is seeing flashes from guys, and you know how good they can be, and then they just don't show up anymore after that. You talk about Zach Davis, Kenny. The Baylor game, Zach Davis looked like the best player in a Tiger uniform. I don't think he's had a game remotely close to that at all since the Baylor game. And you know what that tells me, man? Y'all are too complacent, way too complacent. Not able to string together good games, not able to take yourself out of the equation and try and play hard for the team. Like that's y'all mentally. Like that's what that tells me. It just makes me so upset.
I'll say this. I think we can break it down and say it's much easier than even just the complacency. And I saw somebody in the chat say that they're here just for the payday. And I think it's like there could be like a mindset change here. Like just change your mindset, be here to represent the city, number one, or instead of the payday, or get a little urgency in your system and start to play. I just don't think these guys are very good. Consistency is such that there are moments where you can have good games, but like you're always going to regress to the mean. And in a lot of ways, that's what we see this Tigers team do on a consistent basis. And which is why, like, even though we've all gotten roasted many times, all four of us on this network, when asked if I would pick the field or pick Memphis to win the American Conference, I picked the field. Like, I just do, because I just don't see this team as a team that can string it together long enough to be able to stay in that 2 spot or win 4 games in 4 days. Like, it just is not. Because I just don't think these guys are really that talented.
We better not be playing 4 games in 4 days.
No. I mean, talent is certainly a part of it, but at the end of the day, this team has been in position to beat and secure victories against higher caliber opponents.
Yes.
As I mentioned earlier on, and they just haven't gotten it done. I think this is still more about the mentality and the execution and the effort as opposed to the talent here, because they looked untalented compared to a lot of its competition in the non-conference, but in the American, it still might be the most talented team in the league. And results like the one we saw tonight just aren't good enough.
Like, by what metric though? Like, how do you say this is the most talented team in the conference? This on paper looks like the most talented. By what metric? How do you describe that?
I mean, it's mostly an eye test thing, I guess, but there's also some proven, like a guy like Doug McDaniel, who's averaged 16 points a game in the Big Ten. Zach Davis, who's been a productive SEC player. Aaron Bradshaw, who was a former 5-star projected NBA lottery pick. Hassan Abdul-Hakim, who looked head and shoulders above every single one of his teammates at UT-RGV from a talent and ability standpoint. Those are just a few examples. Like a guy like Sincere Parker, who obviously wasn't able to play much tonight due to an ankle injury, twisted it early on and then was ruled out at halftime. His efficiency with the scoring despite not playing many minutes, and what he was able to do with McNeese in the NCAA tournament last year. This team definitely has a lot more talent and a lot more pedigree compared to basically all of its American Conference peers. But so far, that has just not proven to be enough.
They also all have one thing in common, and they've come from somewhere where they didn't win a whole lot of basketball games.
Besides Sincere, but yeah.
Sure, but I mean, even his role on that team is, coming in, there were questions as to why he didn't play as much as people felt like he maybe should have with some of the numbers he put up. But you mentioned Zach Davis, incredibly inefficient on a bad South Carolina team. Doug, I don't think has ever played on a team that's been above 500, including Michigan and Kansas State both. Like Hassan, UT, whatever, Rio Valley, Grant, like nobody on this team outside Sincere has played on an NCAA tournament team. Like they don't know. They're not winners. I don't know how else to say it. Like they are talented.
There's no way around that now.
Good and winning some game, but it's not instilled in them like what it takes to be great. You know what I mean? Like they're not coming from a program that's been there, that's done that, and that knows what it takes. And we see it in these games. You mentioned it earlier. I was listening, Roman. Like there have been several games there for the taking, and in the end of the day, they don't make the plays that are going to win the game.
Yeah,
and I think it's just because they've never done it.
Yeah,
they don't know how.
This is the American. You don't have to be great. This is the 10th ranked league in the country, according to Ken Palm. You do not have to be great. You just have to be good enough. And, giving up a 26-4 run to end a game is just not good enough by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I think we're all kind of saying similar things. It's just we just have different opinions on how we view the problem, because we know that this team has talent, but I also agree that this talent came from places that didn't win, so they don't know how to win basketball games. And we've seen many times where no matter how talented you can be, if you don't have that it factor in you to know how to win and to know how to play for not just yourself, but for a team, for something bigger than you, then you just don't have that. No matter how talented you are, it doesn't matter. That won't help you win basketball games on a consistent level. And so I think both of y'all are absolutely correct. I've said this before. I think Memphis has talent. I agree with the eye test point Roman said, but also as you said, Trey, and as other people have said as well, this group of talented players, they never learned how to win basketball games. And at some point, and I've said this before, you kind of just are who you are. And they've showed us who they are as a team. And I've tried to give them benefit of the doubt. I've tried to be positive early on Tigers Live. But when people show you who they are, you got to believe them at some point. And I think now we're just at a point where we know what this team is. They don't know how to win. They have a low basketball IQ. They don't know how to actually do impactful things when they need to. And this is who they are. It just is what it is. Can they go on a run?
How do you think this team
get hot? Who knows?
How do y'all suspect? And this might be a pretty like a abject or abstract question to ask, but how do you think the team responds to this? How do you think like losing a game is one thing, losing a game on a 26-4 run is a whole nother soul crushing level worth loss. There's like double loss, right? Like it's like we lost, but then we lost. How do you think, because they got to turn around pretty quick and go to Wichita State. If you're Penny Hardaway, what do you say to the team in the locker room to make sure they hold on to the rope?
Is there anything you can say? Because like Francis said, this team has shown you who they are a million times over at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I think you just have to, get through this the best you can. Because at the end of the day, this is still the most talented team in the American, so they will still likely experience moderate amounts of success and should be able to, finish within that top four to at least get to the quarterfinal bye. But man, like the road ahead does not get any easier for Memphis, at least in the near future, because they have Wichita State coming up on Saturday. And the way that I viewed this whole separation week stretch heading in was I thought they had a better chance of winning this game at Tulsa than they do at Wichita on Saturday. Because while Tulsa has undoubtedly played better this year, Wichita State presents more prominent matchup problems, I feel, for Memphis. And the Charles Koch Arena in Wichita is one of the rowdiest, if not the rowdiest environments in the American. Like that's going to be arguably an even tougher game for Memphis to win. And then they go back home to face an FAU team that just got done demolishing them like a week or two ago. Like, and I know it's at home, but I don't know if Memphis is going to be able to beat FAU. I just don't know. I just do not like the matchup there at all, based off of FAU's personnel and what we saw from Memphis in that matchup. And then after that, they have a Tulane team that always gives Memphis problems. That zone defense has given Penny Hardaway teams issues for years, even good high-level Penny Hardaway teams. Like even last year's team needed to really scrape out a win over a Tulane team that just isn't that good. So, like these next three games, it's not looking great. And then you go to February, where you have a 3-game stretch of North Texas, Utah State, and South Florida, all of which are on the road.
Jesus.
Like this will, none of this is gonna get easy. It's not. Based off of, what we've seen from Memphis thus far, it's just going to be extremely tough for them to apparently beat a lot of these upper tier American Conference teams, especially when it's away from the Forum.
Yeah,
that's a rough stretch, bro.
Yeah,
like that's a rough stretch.
Yeah,
that's a lot of losable games in that stretch.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, look, if I were Penny Hardaway, as a coach of this team, there's no way that I couldn't give up. If I'm Penny Hardaway, I couldn't give up on those guys. I coach this basketball team. I've got to still show that I believe in them, show that I care about this group of young men. Like, I can't give up on him. If Penny gives up, then why is he coaching this team? Why would he still be here? So if I were Penny, I would just tell him, you're up 62-57, playing damn good basketball against a team a lot of people were thinking were going to make it out of the American after their hot start in the season. And then y'all kind of just let go of the rope. Y'all just didn't have it at the end. There was Y'all get a little unlucky with a flagrant foul, but then y'all just stop executing. And so, do you really want to be remembered like this? Like, is this who you want to be remembered as a team that couldn't come together, a team that didn't play for each other, a team that didn't play for the city, a team that just constantly doesn't know how to win games? Do you want to be remembered as a loser for the rest of your college career? Because, gentlemen, everyone in the show, if the Tigers just bow out of this basketball season in the way that it's unlikely possible that they can, that's how they're going to be remembered. They're going to be remembered as losers, as the worst team under Penny Hardaway in his time in the Memphis Tigers. That's how they'll be remembered as. Is that really how they want to be remembered? I hope not. I hope not.
The question is, do they care about that?
Right. Absolutely.
That's probably the biggest question of all this.
For sure. And all I'm saying is, to Kenny's question, if I'm Penny, that's what I'm telling him. Like, I couldn't give up on the guys because I'm coaching this basketball team. No, I can't. I still have to try and be positive, try and say something to lift their spirits. But I'm with you, Roman. Do they give a damn? We don't know because they haven't shown us throughout the year that they do.
Trey, how are you feeling, man? I know you stormed out of Mugshots, but how are you? You're pretty quiet. I've never heard you this quiet before.
Oh, I'm just letting them go. This is their thing. I mean, I'm fine. Like they said, I think this team has shown you what they are, and I think that's what they'll continue to be. I don't see anything changing. I think they're going to win games at home, and I think they're going to struggle on the road.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to let go of the rope, and we're going to watch them like win 2 games the rest of the way or anything. I think they're going to win some games at home. I think they're going to struggle on the road, and we're going to end up about what they are right now.
Yeah. But like, that's not good enough. Like, that's the problem.
I don't feel like they care. Like, if we were going to see anything different, we would have already seen it. We would have already seen them respond in a positive way, and they haven't. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't think at this point in the season you're going to get that out of them. I think you're gonna have some games that they win. They turn around, they beat FAU at home, but then they're going to turn around and they're going to lose to, I don't know, freaking South Florida away. Like.
Francis, you coach teams, not a sports team, but you're a coach of a team, and I've coached before, and I know Trey has too. Roman's 16 years old, so he hadn't coached anybody. He's still being coached. I just try to cry. I just try to get a smile out of Roman every once in a while. But it's got to be so demoralizing for Penny Hardaway to like go in front of the fans and go in front of the media and say, this is separation week. We've turned a corner. This is separation week. And then see the team just completely fold with 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in the game and give one away. Like, that's got to be so demoralizing. So I suspect Penny's probably in the locker room not talking to the guys just yet. Like, I'm not going to talk to y'all for just a second because I don't want to say some unfortunate shit. But yeah, man, that's got to be so demoralizing to be him. But again, this is his team. He recruited them. He signed them. He had them for 4 months before they started playing games. And he's also the one that told us this is the second best roster he's ever had in the
second most talented roster
in his time here at Memphis.
And he doubled down on it after.
He did.
Like,
he did.
Like, by the way, I want to say this real quick.
I remember after the Vanderbilt game, I asked him a version of, okay, did you maybe like overestimate their, ability to compete with high-level teams, or I phrase it, something like that. He doubled down on it. He's like, I did not misspeak about the talent.
By the way,
like, how can you say that I'm misspeaking about the talent when Penny?
By the way, I just want to say this. I saw somebody in the comment section say the inevitably when things go south for the Tigers or the Grizzlies, it becomes the media's fault. It becomes our fault for not asking Penny the hard questions. Roman Cleary literally asked him, did you really mean what you said when you said this team was, after a loss, mind you, said, did you really mean what you said when you said this is the second most? Do you want to double down on that? Are you sure? Like,
and he did.
And he did. Like,
he straight up said, I did not misspeak about the talent.
Like, tough questions are being asked. Like, what would you like us to ask them? Like, I mean,
well, we got what? Like, if that's not the hard question you want, what is?
They want the Jeff Calkins question.
I don't want to hear anything about talent anymore. Can we ask the question? Does this team know? Do they know how to? These guys know how to win basketball games.
Yeah. Does this
Roman,
team care?
Start off next year with that question. Do you think that this will be your winningest basketball team you ever had?
I can't.
Who cares
I mean,
about
if
freaking talent.
If a media dude in this post game, like imagine if someone's doing post game was like, "Hey Penny, do you think this team cares?" And it just stops the question right there, like that. I'm very curious what Penny would say. He probably would double. He probably wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think he would put the team under the bus like that.
I don't know.
But shoot, like
don't get him in front of the media tonight. It's a good thing this game was on the road. Oh man. Yeah, Coop Freeman says Roman Shelby asking all kind of shit. You got blasted from the media days, and for asking Aaron Bradshaw. So the rumors are you're a basket case.
That's not exactly how it went, but okay. God, you are the ultimate misconstruer, man.
No, never.
Yeah, you've never said anything wrong about what I said about Simon Majok ever.
Never.
Kenny's always quoted me. Yeah, he's the best player who's ever played in the Tigers uniform.
This man said he's the most NBA ready dude on the team.
Yeah. That is not what I said, but
that's not what he said. I'm joking.
But who's more NBA ready?
Nobody.
Somebody has to be the most on the team.
Are any of these guys even ready for Shanghai?
That doesn't
Joey
mean
Dorsey played in overseas basketball. Like,
somebody on the team is the most ready.
And
it's Simon.
I bet Doug will get an overseas contract.
Thank you, Trey.
Stop it.
Yeah, I mean,
look up the best 500 overseas team. That's where Doug's going.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, guys? I'm kind of ready to go home.
Yeah. It's a tough time, man. You know, I wish we could be doing this show in better circumstances with a better team. But it is what it is. We just move forward, man. We move forward. That's all we can do.
Y'all leave Frank. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm good. Don't worry about me.
Don't
worry about me.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me, Lost Found Decor. I appreciate it. Don't worry about me. Yeah, we're good. We all right. No, but look, like I said, this just is what it is, man. You know, when people show you who they are, you gotta believe them. These players have shown us who they are. Ain't shit gonna change. Now we move forward. You know,
we just keep playing.
We keep playing ball. Like we just keep playing basketball, man. That's all they can do. They go at Wichita State Saturday. Saturday or Sunday? Yeah, Saturday at 1 p.m. Or no, 3 p.m. Saturday, 3 p.m.
Hold.
And then they go FAU at home on the 29th. Y'all, Tulane February 1st.
They may not make it home for that game.
Shoot, I was about to say, but before we get out of here, all of y'all, please be safe this weekend with this storm. Be careful. You know, stock up, everything. Be safe, please. I'm no meteorologist. I may like weather and stuff, but I'm not a meteorologist. But things are not looking good, so be safe out there, y'all.
Yeah, almost they're projecting 2 feet of snow on Saturday.
Yeah,
in Memphis.
And ice. My gosh, yeah.
By the way, just as a quick side note, and it has been mentioned on the radio a couple times, and Penny said it again after the game with talking to Wolo, is that he has been trying to get the Wichita game moved to Friday, to get it ahead of the weather. So far, Wichita has not cooperated on that, so the chances of this game getting moved appear to be slim, but be on, I guess, something of a lookout for that.
Wichita State are a bunch of dicks, bro.
Our whole league is full of.
Yeah,
we have what a group of ace holes, man. That's crazy.
Especially towards Memphis. We know what it is.
Jeez. I mean, Memphis has taken their leading score 2 or 3 different times.
Get your money up,
and then they got here and they were ass. So they missed one.
I don't know. I think Colby Rogers is pretty good for Memphis.
Lost Found a core. She got mad at me for saying something about Colby the other day.
You
She did
did.
not like that.
You were a little bit. It was over the top.
Was it over the top? Sorry.
Colby was a lot better than you gave him credit
Yes.
for.
Man,
I
look
would
like a
take
Twilight
Colby on this
vampire.
team in a freaking heartbeat. I'll say that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Freaking
but down,
I wouldn't do that to Colby Rogers. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't put Colby Rogers on this team. That'd be disrespectful to Colby Rogers.
Yep. So leave the show on something of a positive note. Only 13 stops remaining in the road to Birmingham. Only 13 stops remaining. Only 13 more regular season games until we see the end.
I can't. I'm gonna watch all 13. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We'll watch every game.
Somebody
No,
needs to diagnose me.
We'll
with
be here on
something.
Tigers Live for all 13 of them, though. Rest assured.
That's correct. That's correct. And that's a great note to end it on. As Roman said, no matter what happens, we will be here on Tigers Live after every Memphis Tigers basketball game. Shout out to Mugshots Grill and Bar for hosting the watch party, for hosting us at Bluff City Media for the show. I know, it was probably tough for people to get out there. I get it. It's cold. Storms coming. All good. We're going to do more watch parties. You'll come out to those. Shout out to Mugshots Grill and Bar as always. Thank you all for sponsoring Tigers Live. Man, no matter what, we'll be here. Win or lose, we'll be right here for Bluff City Media on Tigers Live, talking about the Memphis Tigers basketball team. And we're here for y'all. We do this for y'all. We come into the comments. Appreciate to all of y'all who are in the comments, all of y'all watching the show. For Kenny Stubblefield, Roman Cleary, Trey Lastly, I'm Francis Carlotta. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode of Tigers Live. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.